Good morning, everybody. This is Yin Yang with Morsels of a Thought, number 1209, and today we're on Wickedly Smart Women, Trusting Intuition, Taking Action, and Transforming Worlds. It is Wednesday, the 24th of April, 2024, 42424, 42424. Ooh, cool. 42424, 4242024. But anyway, Words and Wisdom Wednesday. Today we're on chapter 17 of Wickedly Smart Women, and we're on uh, Just at the Right Time by Victoria Rader. We've read a couple of sections of hers, and one would think this was a very short chapter, but it's not. It's not. It's not. I'm going to use a bookmark, and it's going to look like a comb, but that's fine. February 2018 was a fun, smooth. February 2018 was a fun month of intuition versus reason. I got a feeling that it was time to rent a studio space for my U2 Shine, YU numeral 2 SHINE business. But having sold real estate in the past and preaching the importance of ownership versus rent, I was resisting the urge to rent and actively reasoning it away. I had a lot of other great arrangements for the seminars that I taught until all of them started falling through, one after the other, following the prompting to rent. First, one of my friends and students who owned the yoga studio doubled booked her own space for the very seminar she was attending. I immediately moved it to my country club, only to be told that the seminar room I was accustomed to using was under reconstruction. There we were, me and my class, sitting in the open space over the tennis courts, attempting to meditate. Taking the group through an exercise of aligned manifesting, where you first seek to know the best scenario for you to experience and then manifest it into your life, I was guided to manifest, you guessed it, a rental space for my business. In my mind's eye, I witnessed an arched window of my office to be allowing for abundant light. I finished teaching on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I saw a few places with my realtor and recognized the very window in one of them. Ooh. By Friday, I had a signed, leased, and a year later, I was teaching the same seminar now in my own space. I eagerly shared the story of manifesting my beloved studio with my students, telling them of the power of the guided manifestation and inviting them to do the same exercise with me. I held my breath with anticipation, asking Creator, what am I here to manifest today? Clearly and undeniably, I received an answer. A trip to Hawaii. Love this. Leaning into all the combined past failures of not following the still small voice of the spirit, I acted immediately. I called my mom. Mom, can you take a week off work to go to Maui? Sensing and following the urgency of the trip, a short week later, my mom and I arrived in our Airbnb with no expectations and fully open to have a great adventure. We were mesmerized by the views of waterfalls and serene, lush nature, both from the helicopter and a winding road to Hana. We saw a whale do a full jump out of the water in front of us and enjoyed some excellent food between our many excursions. It was during one of the nights that I literally was awoken by a gentle voice. Grab a notebook. I fervently started jotting down the inspired ideas I was receiving for many years to come for my business. I'm going to pause here to say that we inspire, we impart, we educate, and we entertain. That's what I try to do with these morsels of a thought. So just as she said that, I thought, oh, that's right, I want to mention that. I hope that I'm inspiring you to have a good day in the meantime, and that we educate, impart, and entertain a little, even with the cats jumping back and forth like that. I don't know if you can see Chloe. If I go like this, maybe you can see her a little bit. There she goes. There she goes. That's my cat. That's my cat. I don't know if you can see her. Anyway, a map was unfolded for me, and through me, a journey that I have been on since that moment of divine clarity. I was given an idea for our company's first app and the second, and the creativity flood was open as my heart to receive deeper guidance, requiring greater determination of action. You know, um, 信心、决心、勇气和行动. You have to have, Dr. Yenching says you have to have confidence, determination, courage, and take action. Those are interesting things in the Yenching Life Science Technology. I'm going to just insert right here because those tell you something. You want to have the confidence, the determination, the courage, and then take action. Anyway, so back to Victoria Rader, page 174. A few short months later, in July 2019, we started in February 2018, remember. In July 2019, we were going down to the beach for our annual family trip when the subtle feeling unmistakably occurred again, and I heard myself repeat it out loud while driving the car. I think we are going to buy a beach house while on this trip. Time seemed to both stand still and speed up at the same time. Within our one vacation week, we have identified and went under a contract for a beach home that we could only see for 15 minutes. The feeling was calm, peaceful, and clear. This is the home. My logical mind screamed, leaning into my well-overused ability to reason. But we cannot get qualified for the loan. The spirit, via my intuition, once again reassured, this is the home. Miracle upon miracle, from a sudden dip in the interest rate, making our purchase possible and satisfying the demands of logic and reason, to a hurricane passing by without harming our brand new investment, I found myself overwhelmed with gratitude for the whole journey. I was witnessing, boldface, how uniquely loved we are by our Creator, and how powerfully equipped we are to walk our path when we choose to follow the guidance of the still small voice. So, when in December of 2019, the feeling came to take all my seminars and create a quantum freedom group subscription online instead, I listened. Instead of reasoning against it, I harmonized my reason with my intuitive guidance that I could work from my beautiful beach home where I was planning on spending the off-season writing and creating. We launched the group in January 2020, a few short months prior to the island and the world shutting down for the COVID pandemic. I sat on my deck, watching the dolphins dance in the waves and crying, both in deep sorrow for the fear that was suffocating so many, and in amazement that we were now working on my grief, M-I-M-G, my grief set for our Empower, capital E, me, M, capital E, app to help others to process the engulfing energy of grief. It's been 10 minutes, so I think what I'll do is I am going to hold off on the last few paragraphs and wait until next week to read you the last 3 paragraphs. And we shall This will be a 4 segment chapter, and like I say, I hope you're going to have a great day today. I hope that Victoria Rader has helped us to impart some great wisdom. Morsels of a thought mean little bits of wisdom too. And bits of wisdom are better than huge amounts of knowledge. Knowledge is like sand. And I say, what do I say? Stained glass. Wisdom is like stained glass. That's what I say. Okay, so let's go and do our day. Um, oh, and I will insert something about my personal life. I lost the election yesterday. Thank goodness. Yay! I can now manifest my own real life. That's what I say. Okay? I'll talk to you later. Old Kinderhook, as we say. That old senator. Old Kinderhook. That's where we get okay.